starters across the board. On the board is on side, you know.
That's what I'm known as around here, Marlin. I've been here in Tacoma for, it's been over 20 years now. It's been probably about 23, 24 years I've been here. I came here after my cousin got killed from the hilltop. She got killed, and I wanted to see what happened, you know, and so I come up here to the hill, and I've been here before, you know, but come here and met a few different cats, you know, from the hill, and everything was there, and being that I was a gang banger with the gang mentality, I just acclimated into, you know, the lifestyle that was on the hilltop. And my auntie, not the auntie whose daughter had died, another auntie was like, you gotta get up out of here. And we didn't just bury Maya, and you know, we not trying to have no, you know, this kind of thing, so you gotta go. And had a couple of my older cousins, you know, trying to talk to me and everything. And, you know, I ain't trying to beef with my cousins, like, you know, bang with my cousins. So I'm like, all right, man, I was 19 at the time, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, man, I'm gone, you know, I'm gonna get on out of here. And went to Eastern Washington, where my grandmother was living. And there, you know, I had the gang bang mentality, so life just took me to some places, you know, and I ended up in some stuff there. Came back over this way in 98, 97 is when my cousin passed, but the end of 98 I came over here, or I should say the middle of 98. And man, I met a young lady, and I didn't practice safe sex, which I mean, you know, I was young and like, you know, didn't practice safe sex, and bam, she gets pregnant. Thank God it wasn't no disease type of stuff, you know, but she gets pregnant, you know, and I'm 19, you know, or 20 now, you know, and I didn't have any clue about, you know, what it meant to be a father or anything other than what you seen in the neighborhood. You know, the homies had babies, you know, the baby mama really took care of the baby, but some of the baby's mamas didn't know how to care for their baby, so grandmama took care of the baby, but, you know, the dad had the baby as much as he could, and that was fatherhood to me. That's what I saw, you know, like, oh yeah, you know, hey, oh, you got your little dude today, yeah, for sure, cuz, oh yeah, cuz, I got him, man, you know, that kind of thing. And, you know, for us, that's, you know, what I saw as fatherhood. So, you know, same thing for me with my son. I'm just thinking, like, you know, the only thing I know is when he come here, I'm gonna have to have him, you know, whatever it is I gotta do. And my mentality at that time, I wouldn't say that I was bitter and angry so much at that time. I just had a gangster mentality, you know, just my mental was that of the streets, you know what I mean? So, you know, you handle your emotions the way the street does it. It's violence or whatever, manipulation or, you know, that kind of thing. You know, getting money is however you can, you know, in the streets, be it legal or illegal, but seems like the most you can get and the fastest you can get is illegal, so that's gonna be the route that we're gonna take, you know, that kind of thing. You know, dealing with conflict between folks, you know, it's however it comes is how it comes. If we talk it out, we talk it out. If it's violence, it's violence. You know, it's whatever it is. So I had that kind of mentality going into having a son. But my fiance at that time, well, I said she was my fiance because, you know, when she got pregnant, it was like, you know, I didn't give her no ring or nothing, but, you know, I'm like, I'm gonna marry you, you know, will you marry you? So my girl at that time, you know, she was in the church and stuff like that, you know, so she really was, you know, it's funny how some young ladies can see into us at that age, you know what I mean? That they can see the real us. We show them us at times that we don't show other people. And so they can kind of see some of the emotional side, you know what I mean? And if they care about you, you know, they'll share with you. Of course, they got the ones that, you know what I mean, if you're in a deep relationship, they're not gonna share nothing with you about that kind of stuff. But my girlfriend at that time, she had lived with my auntie. She had lived with my auntie for a long time, coming up. So she was almost like a family, you know, to my family. And she'd always just talk to me about trying to do right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was one thing about it, you know, as a chick that I had in my life, baby's mama, she was always at me like trying to do right, you know. And I was just in that mentality, you know, gangbang mentality. Like I said, I had the stuff I dealt with as a child that drove me to gangbang and all that stuff, I had basically said, I'm not gonna deal with any of that. You know, about my father not being there, about my mama being a drug addict, you know, all these kind of things. I decided, you know, I'm not gonna address any of that stuff. Mm-hmm. Like that's, you know, that's in the past. That's just what it is. Let it go. Mm-hmm. So I was at a place where, you know, I'm just chilling, you know, and I had ended up going to Bellevue and moving to Bellevue. To do that, so of course I buck against it. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm like, whatever, what you talking about? You're not gonna, you know, downplay me. Mm-hmm. You know, I know it was like it was pumping gas. You know, like at the Chevron, and I was like, I ain't trying to pump no gas, man. I'm, you know, like, come on, man. And I ended up going up there though, cause my mom was like, look, you either have to do that or you're not gonna be able to stay here. You know, and I'm like sitting there like, well, I'll go up there and see what's up. You know, and I ended up going up there and I got the job. And I always knew, and I knew this from my dad. My dad told me, even though he wasn't like in my life mm-hmm. like that, mm-hmm. I remember one thing my dad told me. He said, son, your attitude will get you anything in life.